Bloom and rise, inner shift, outer eyes.
There's a kind of giving that doesn't feel like giving at all. It feels like love. It feels like effort, until one day, it feels like exhaustion. And you wonder, when did I start running on empty? Sometimes we don't realize we've been overgiving because it's become part of who we are. We respond quickly, we adjust easily, we make space, even when there isn't any left. It doesn't look like sacrifice, it looks like being a good partner, a good friend, a good person. And over time, something shifts quietly. You feel resentful, unappreciated, tired in a way that sleep doesn't fix. Today, we're going to look at 5 quiet signs that overgiving has become a pattern and why it often goes completely unnoticed. You confuse being needed with being valued. There is something deeply satisfying about being relied on. When someone turns to you first, when you are the person they call, the person they lean on, the person who always shows up, it can feel like love, like importance. But there is a quiet difference between being needed and being valued. Being needed means someone benefits from your presence. Being valued means someone appreciates who you are, not just what you provide. The only woman who is always available, always helpful, always there, is often taken for granted, not because people are cruel, but because what is consistent becomes invisible. Start noticing. Do the people in your life show appreciation, or do they simply expect? Point 2. You anticipate instead of communicate. This is the sign that most people miss. You have become so skilled at reading the room that your own needs have stopped having a voice. You notice when someone is in a bad mood, and you adjust. You sense tension, and you soften. You see what someone might need, and you provide it before they even ask. And slowly, quietly, you stop expecting the same in return, because you have never asked, because you have been so focused on anticipating everyone else that you forgot to communicate your own needs at all. Anticipation is a gift, but when it replaces communication entirely, when you stop saying "I need" because you are too busy asking "What do you need?" that is where overgiving begins. Practice this. The next time you catch yourself adjusting to someone else's unspoken mood, pause and ask yourself what you need first. Point 3. You feel guilty resting. Nothing is being asked of you. The house is quiet, you have a moment to yourself, and yet there is this low hum of unease, a feeling that you should be doing something, checking in, following up, being available. The overgiving woman does not feel comfortable at rest because she has unconsciously tied her worth to her usefulness. If she is not doing something for someone, she feels like she is failing at being a good partner, a good mother, a good friend. But rest is not laziness, it is maintenance. And a woman who never rests eventually has nothing left to give to anyone, including herself. Point 4. You fear becoming too much. At some point, maybe early in life, maybe in a relationship that taught you to shrink, you learned that being too much was a risk. Too emotional, too needy, too honest, too present. So you became less expressive, less honest about what you were feeling, less visible in your own relationships, and you gave more because giving felt safe. Giving was never too much. Giving kept the peace. But here's what that cost you. The people who love you, truly love you, want to know who you actually are, not just what you provide. You are not too much. You have been making yourself too small. Point 5. You think love must be earned. This is perhaps the deepest root of overgiving. Somewhere, somehow, you absorbed the belief that love is conditional, that it must be maintained through effort, proved through sacrifice, secured through constant giving. So you give and give, hoping that if you give enough, the love will stay, the relationship will hold, the person will not leave. But love that has to be earned through self-sacrifice is not love. It is an arrangement. Real love, the kind worth having, does not require you to disappear into service to receive it. It asks nothing more than that you simply show up as yourself. You are not responsible for earning a love that should have been freely given. Overgiving doesn't start as a mistake. It often starts as care, as a desire to be good, to be enough, to be loved. And that impulse, that generosity is beautiful. It does not need to be erased. It just needs to be balanced, with boundaries, with communication, with the quiet, radical belief that your needs matter too. Before you go, I want to ask you something. Which of the 5 points felt the most familiar to you? Was it confusing being needed with being valued? Anticipating instead of communicating? Feeling guilty at rest? Making yourself too small? Or tying love to earning it? Drop the number in the comments. You don't need to say more than that, but I read every single one, and your answer might be exactly what someone else needs to see. If this resonated, subscribe to Bloom and Rise, and share this with a woman who needs to hear it. She is growing, and so are you.